What's up, everybody? Welcome to Black Church Chats. I'm your host, Pastor Isaiah Robertson. Please like, share, and subscribe. So listen, about a week ago, maybe a little over a week ago, I recorded a show entitled, I Can't Hold It Any Longer. About an 8-minute clip. It wasn't a full-length show. It was about an eight-minute clip. And in that clip, I talked about my intention to come after YouTubers and others that I feel are misrepresenting, attacking, and unfairly critiquing the Black church. I talked about how there are whole channels on YouTube dedicated to really discussing and not just discussing, but disparaging the Black church, and people have built platforms upon unfairly critiquing the Black church. Now, to be sure, there's a lot to critique within the Black church. I critique the Black church, but as I talked about in that clip that I made, there's a difference between critiquing the Black church from a place of love and critiquing the Black church from a place of antipathy. And doesn't necessarily mean that if you critique the Black church from a place of antipathy, your critiques are not true. It just means that the people listening need to know that you obviously have a bias against the Black church. It would be helpful for the audience to understand how one feels about the Black church as they're listening to the critique, so they can understand that that critique is being filtered through that personal feeling toward the Black church. Well, I am going to actually create some reaction videos where I'm reacting to certain personalities and things that they have to say about the Black church. But before I get there, I just want to lay some groundwork, okay? Now, I am not God. I am not the Holy Spirit. I do not know the motivations of individuals. Unless somebody tells me why they are doing what they are doing, I can presume, I can speculate, but I do not necessarily know. So for those people that I am going to ultimately critique and produce a reaction video towards, I'm saying clearly right now, as it stands right now at this point, I haven't talked to these people. These people probably don't even know that I'm going to be reacting to their videos, and I don't know their motivations. However, just because I don't know their motivations specifically, that doesn't mean that I can't posit a potential motivation for why some people unfairly critique the Black church. May not be their motivation. Could be. We don't know. But it may not be. But what I'm about to share with you is a reason why, a motivation behind why some people, particularly some Black people, unfairly critique the Black church. Now, I want to show you a clip. In this clip, I'm talking to a guy. This was back in 2020. His video quality is a little bit blurry. You'll see in this clip. I want to let you know ahead of time that his video quality isn't the best in this clip. But I want you to listen to what he says, because I think that this conversation exposes one of the reasons why, one of the motivations behind Black people particularly unfairly critiquing and even attacking the Black church. I think this conversation exposes sort of a root cause behind some of that. Again, I'm not saying some of the people that I'm going to react to share this motivation. They could. It's a possibility, maybe even a probability. I don't know. But I do want you to see one motivation why some Black people unfairly critique and attack the Black church. Listen to this clip very carefully.
Ethnicity is flesh. It comes from a person.
So let me be clear. So you believe that living after the flesh and walking in the flesh is affirming Black identity? So let me be clear. If a Christian, all right, if a Christian is obedient, conforming to the image of Christ, engaging in the spiritual disciplines, right? Avoiding sin as much as possible, yet they embrace a Black identity, you would say, for the very fact that they embrace a Black identity, all of everything else, the fact that they are not walking after, the fact that they are exemplifying the fruits of the Spirit, and they are not fulfilling the lust of the flesh, but simply by virtue of the fact that they are acknowledging and affirming a Black identity, they are walking according to the flesh. So acknowledging a Black identity, simply acknowledging a Black identity means that you're walking after the flesh. Is that your position?
You show me somebody that says that they're affirming their Black identity and they're promoting Blackness, and I'll show you somebody that's not walking in the Spirit.
Did y'all hear that? You show me somebody that's identifying with their Blackness, affirming their Blackness, or promoting Blackness, and I'll show you somebody that is not walking after the Spirit. So he is equating affirming a Black identity, being able to say, I'm Black, I'm okay with being Black, I'm good in my skin, I'm grateful that God made me this way. That is synonymous with walking after the flesh. And of course, in his mind, walking after the flesh is sinful. Walking after the flesh is ungodly. So this gentleman's root problem is Blackness and the affirmation of a Black identity. If a Christian or an organization says we are Black, we're good with being Black, we think that it's God's good design to make people Black, we're comfortable in our skin, then that is somehow fleshly and ungodly. So you can understand why then there would be antipathy toward the Black church. Because if there's a fundamental issue with Black identity and Blackness, then anything that is a clear and overt expression of that is ungodly, bad, needs to be attacked, needs to be unfairly critiqued. So for some that unfairly critique and attack the Black church, for some Black people, their issue, the root cause, is they just have a problem with Blackness. They have a problem with their own Blackness. They have a problem with Blackness in others. They have a problem with the affirmation of Blackness. They have a problem with the embrace of Blackness. And so therefore, the Black church is going to be an easy target because the Black church is a clear and visual expression of Black faith. I say this all the time, and I think it's true. I think it's right. White supremacy affects Black minds. It has historically, it does today. White supremacy affects Black minds. How could you get an enslaved person to align with the will of the slave master against the well-being of enslaved people that he looked like? White supremacy. How can you get a black person to argue vociferously against the civil rights movement and against the wisdom of integration. A black person now. White supremacy. White supremacy has impacted the black mind, and unfortunately, black people, yes, some black people, see the world through a white supremacist lens. And when that happens, they're coming after the black church. You better believe they're coming after the black church. I wonder if this gentleman would say that embracing Irish identity is walking in the flesh. Embracing Russian or Swedish identity is walking in the flesh. He clearly says embracing and promoting a black identity is walking in the flesh. But I wonder if he would say the same about other identities. Unfortunately, African Americans in this country, we don't know by and large our countries of origin. As a result of the transatlantic slave trade, we don't know if we're Nigerian. We don't know if we're Ghanaian. We don't know. We know we're somewhere West Africa somewhere, but we don't know specifically. So therefore, we're not able to tout Ghanaian pride or Senegalese pride or, you know, country in West Africa pride, right? We're not able to really lift that up as something that we can speak highly of. So what have we done? We've appropriated what was meant to be a negative slur, the word black, and we've made it a term of power. We made it a term of resistance, and we made it a term of communal affiliation and identity. And unfortunately, some people have a problem with it, and the black church will certainly be their target. And I can't take it any longer. The next videos you'll see will be reaction videos. Listen, like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching Black Church Chats. I'm Pastor Isaiah. Peace out.